Hello everyone, my name is Anne and I want to thank you for always watching our videos. Thank you so much. And if you're new, don't forget to support us. Just like our videos, share them, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So, I really wanted to tell you the two things that I like about Uganda, but if I compare them with Japan, Japan still wins. So, as I've been telling you, I finished my undergraduate in Japan and right now I'm in the UK doing my master's degree. So, I noticed that there are two major, not problems, but challenges that appear to be faced by foreign students in Japan, like me, but in Uganda, things are a little bit different. The first point I want to talk about is the weather. Japanese winters can be really cold and summers can be really hot. The temperatures can reach to 40. That's really hot. I went to Japan in 2016 and I experienced my ever first winter in November. The weather, changed, and I thought that things would be normal. I used to put on light clothes, and I remember one day I went to class and I came back when I was like, I remember my first nights of experiencing winter, not being able to sleep. I couldn't sleep at all. And I was like, oh my God, how do they stay here? How do they survive here? At one point I was like, should I call my sponsors that I really can't stay here? Should I do this? And in my heart, I was like, Anne, come on, you have a chance. You should study. Anne, you have a chance. You should study. I was like, yes, I have a chance. I can study. And then the next day, oh, I think I should call them. My life is more important than this. Oh, yeah, my life. And inside my heart, something was like, but Anne, look, this is your chance to experience education. It's your chance. Try to be strong. And then the next day I was like, oh no, this is so cold for me. Oh no, should I call them? So I used to experience those nights. Calling them, no. Calling them, no. Calling them, no. Calling them, no. Something like that. And all of a sudden, I got used to it. Great thanks to Anne. Good thanks to me. Then the summer comes. I was extremely happy that I survived the winter. I had never tasted Japanese summers. And then after 3 days of intense heat, I was like, actually, winters are better. Winters are better. It was really hot. At one point I was like, oh, I feel like my skin is being peeled off. But it wasn't. I remember seeing my classmates turning pink. And I was like, if people who have experienced summers many times can turn pink like this, then I'm likely to turn purple or red or a potato or something like that. I was really worried about it, but I was like, no, you'll be fine. I don't remember seeing my skin color changing, but I could feel the sunburn, I could feel like, oh, my skin is being peeled off by something. My first summer was just yabai. It was too much, it was too much for me. But I wore clothes that could cover the whole of my body, and I used to apply the sunscreen, so that actually decreased the effect. So if you're a foreigner and you're not used to really hot summers, I strongly advise you to buy those creams. They can help you a lot. Well, in Uganda, things are different. The major redeeming facet about Uganda is, may I say, the excellent weather. Well, we have the dry season and the wet season. The dry season is hot, but it doesn't reach Japanese summers. The wet season is neither cold nor hot. We receive some rainfall during the wet season, but it's not that cold. I mean, you can put on anything you want. You can even put on an armless top if you want, and you can be fine. But it seems that having a good weather doesn't mean so much to us, because we still suffer from hunger. There are so many people who are dying from hunger in Uganda. So many people are dying, because of poor health care. We have poor education. There is high level of poverty. And the most sad thing is that in the capital, actually not only in the capital, but even in other parts of the country, buildings fall, without any earthquake's influence, Yeah, I've observed this by myself. There are so many buildings that are falling while they're being constructed in the capital. In Japan, they have a problem of weather because at the end of summers, they get typhoons, and typhoons are very strong. But I've never seen any building falling in my city. I've never. For the past 4 years I spent in Japan. In Uganda, buildings just fall. They just fall on their own. They just fall on their own. That's unexplainable. I mean, how can I tell people that we have excellent weather and they're like, but your buildings fall even without any influence from the wind or from the earthquakes? And I'm like, I just have to keep quiet. So, if I move on to the next point, the next point is that Uganda is better than Japan in terms of communication. Okay, now I understand that my friends are like, Anna, are you crazy? No, I'm not crazy. I'm going to explain, and I realize that I'm becoming better at explaining things. So in Japan, communication is very important. So you must have a SIM card, or you must have a smartphone, or you can have any phone you can have. But in Japan, they have this contract system. So you have to pay monthly, whether you receive a phone call or you don't, whether you receive a message or you don't. You must pay every month. And the cheapest contract for a SIM card you can pay for costs about 2,000 yen. I mean, in 2016, I was paying about 2,000 yen, 2,000 yen monthly. And I paid 2,000 yen per month for 2 years. That was the contract. The thing is that, when you go to a new country, the first thing you have to think about is the conversion. You have to convert everything. How much is this? Okay, if I convert it to my own currency, how much does it cost? So they told me that you're going to pay monthly 2,000 yen. And 2,000 yen equals what? 70,000 Ugandan shillings. That made me sick. That was too much. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to pay 70,000 Ugandan shillings per month to this company, whether I receive a phone call or not, whether I receive a message or not. Oh no, this is so sad. And that is without data. If you want data, you have to pay more, at least 3,000. You have to pay about 4,000. I asked some of my friends who were paying about 8,000 or 7,000. Yeah, and some were paying 6,000. So I was like, they're really comfortable with it. But look, I was complaining for only 2,000. The sad thing was that I would spend months without receiving a message, without making a call. To who? Nobody. Without receiving a phone call, But still I had to pay that money. I had to pay 2,000 yen. I had to pay 70,000 Ugandan shillings. That was a lot of money for me. That was a lot of money. I was like, oh no. No. This is the only sad thing about Japan. In Uganda, the system is opposite. You buy a SIM card once, you buy a SIM card for about 150 yen, only 150 yen, and you're done. Once you buy a SIM card, you charge it, and you can only use it when you want to make a call, when you want to buy data, or when you want to send a message to your loved ones or any other person. That's how the system works in Uganda, and that's very convenient, right? But if you critically think about it, Japan wins. Why? Because in Japan, communication is very important, and if you're bad at communication, you can cry so many times. You can cry. You can really cry. I mean this. You can cry. You can miss so many things. You can miss your trains. You can miss your shigoto. You can miss your part-time job. You can miss so many things if you are so bad at communication. In Uganda, we pay less for having a SIM card, and we don't pay monthly, but communication is very poor in Uganda. We are so poor at communicating, and actually that's one of the major reasons why we still have so many problems in our systems. We are not taught to communicate properly, so we are not responsible for having airtime or for charging our SIM cards. So if there is any problem, we just keep quiet, and that's one profession, you know. So if I get asked, Anne, would you choose to stay in Japan or Uganda? I'd be like, well, I would be brave enough to say Japan, but I would be smart enough to say Uganda. The thing is that we are partly responsible for the mess in Uganda, and I think it's our responsibility to go back and fix that mess. No one is going to fix that mess for us. Our leaders have failed us, but we can't lose hope. We have to go back and make things better. Of course, I would say that I want to stay in Japan until we make Uganda great again. But when will that happen? We have to be in the struggle, and we have to make sure that we make things better. Of course, we have some leaders who are like tumors, but I am studying radiotherapy. So when we grow up and we gain much power and we become recognized and our voices get heard, we are going to make sure that we treat them with flush radiotherapy, and we add cisplatin and PAP inhibitors and surgery and immunotherapy, and we are going to win them. So no, Ugandans, wake up, because we have to make our countries great again. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to support us. Just like, share, and subscribe. Bye.